Hey Sagittarius, what's going on? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Seven of Pentacles and Four of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. I get the sense of a change that is happening, and this can be going on within a structure that's somewhat developed within your life. This can be about a relationship that you've been investing in. This can be about a situation that you've been investing in. This can be like home, it can be relationship, it's going to be connected with something that you regularly interact with and that you can see as being like a cornerstone within your life. Having Wheel of Fortune is feeling like a shift is happening, and you can feel like this is happening because there is something that's evolving or something that's growing. This doesn't feel, I'm not seeing what's coming after this. I think sometimes when the word change comes up, there can be a feeling of like concern about that, but I'm not really getting that sort of vibe. This feels more like something may actually be like working even better, or something may become actually more functional, or there can just be an experience that you're having where you feel like, I'm starting to understand this better. There's more that I'm noticing here, more that I'm putting together, more pieces that I'm sort of fitting and understanding the patterns of. What it takes for things to work. I definitely get some emotional stubbornness here, where there can be flexibility at times that would be helpful. With Seven of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles, this feels like I'm putting in the energy and I feel like it is well received, and I feel like things are happening in a way that will allow this to continue. Like there isn't really an issue. I see things as being actually quite solid here. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, we have Seven of Pentacles, we have Six of Pentacles, we have Ten of Pentacles. This is feeling like this works. This is working. Things feel stable. Things feel secure. This feels like things are set and things feel functional. And it also feels like it's worthwhile when you consider what you give in order for this to be a thing within your life. Let's get more about the Wheel of Fortune. I wonder too if this is just going to be a time where you feel like things run smoothly. Like maybe that wasn't the case before. Because Wheel of Fortune can be a time where you feel like a time of good luck. It can be a time when things just feel like they run more smoothly for you. There are less problems, less issues, and it can feel like the way that things pan out, it feels like it works. Or even if there are issues, it's moving in the direction of things being resolved. That the necessary changes are happening to allow something to continue. And this would be something that one would want to continue. Can we get anything else about the Wheel of Fortune? And what this might affect. Six of Pentacles again. I feel like I feel like if there have been ways that you've been involved, let's say that this is a relationship, for example, because I was seeing Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck when Six of Pentacles came out to clarify Wheel of Fortune. When we have a relationship, there are going to be things that come up that have to do with what we are putting in and what we're getting out of it, and also what the other end is putting in and getting out of it, and if that actually works for everybody, or if somebody's feeling like I'm not getting what I need here, or I'm putting in this effort and then that's not being like matched the way that I need it to be, or like why am I always left doing the extra work and feeling like it's not balanced. So things like this can be coming up, but what I'm seeing is that through whatever process this is that's going on here, and because of seeing the Wheel of Fortune, I do feel like there is a learning how things can function better, and I do feel like this is going to be better for you, and I feel too like there is an understanding of things. Because of seeing that Queen of Cups, this can be maybe stuff on an emotional level, maybe stuff on a psychological level for you, where you're understanding more about your values, you're able to express that, and you're in a situation that allows and is receptive to the type of change needed for things to work better. The thing is too that I'm like not really seeing something that looks like it's in disarray of any sort. This just feels like, yeah, this is something that I have going on, and I do feel simultaneously like there's stuff happening here where you have to allow yourself to open up a bit, to be open to the changes that are happening, and also to that these shifts occurring benefit you. So knowing that as well. And then seeing Six of Pentacles move into 10 of Pentacles, I really do feel like this symbolizes something becoming what you can see as being more sustainable. You can really be capturing things in that way. Feels like it can work like this. And I do just see this as things getting better, things becoming better. And I do think that it comes back to a place of learning about yourself throughout this situation, knowing yourself better, and then also being able to like advocate, communicate. And you can also say too, if this is a relationship, that maybe somebody else is getting to know you better and understand you better. And so there are adaptions that are being made here, and that it's something that allows you to have more of the type of experience that you want to be having. It can be a little bit uncomfortable at times though. Having Four of Pentacles and having Page of Cups here, there can sometimes be like things not moving or things not advancing. This feels like being a bit broken out of that. Why is this actually? Why do we have Four of Pentacles here? Maybe this comes to when you're set in your ways about things, where you can maybe be set in your ways about things, and when you may also think that you're better off for doing things in a certain way, and then opening yourself up to see that there may be better ways for things to function, and that it is possible for things to get better. So this can be actually opening up in ways that initially you may feel uncomfortable, and you may have good reasons for that too. Like with the Four of Pentacles, it can be stuff that you're like, well, logically this works for me, and so it like makes sense, and then maybe you feel like you don't have to leave so much up to chance as well. And this can also be something too that you see as doing things in a certain way where you get to sort of keep your independence and maybe at times be less collaborative, but now you can be opening up and becoming a bit more collaborative. I think because of being in a situation that is receptive to that, where you don't have to be like doing all of the work, where there can be something that feels like it's shared, Six of Pentacles, where it feels like you do your part, other energies doing their part, and then it feels like things are actually the way that one wants them to be. But this can be breaking out of some of your old ways that are not helpful. But it can be stuff that we convince ourselves that it's helpful until we sort of see that other things are possible. And that can be the difficult part, because of being like, well, I'm used to doing things in this way and that's just how it's been. And then allowing yourself to become more flexible. That's kind of what this situation is pushing for you. Yeah, I do see very big change on the horizon. I do get this sense in a way, like things are evolving now and it can feel like a lot. I think that both Wheel of Fortune and Death card are connected with changes and expansion that happen where stuff can start looking very unfamiliar. Simultaneously, you can see this as sort of confirmation that things are growing and that things are evolving for the better. And that different isn't bad. And that it can be something where the takeaway can really benefit you. And the way that things are impacted can be even more beneficial to you than they were before. I'm seeing two different sides of this with very different energy, like this side of things and then this side of things, which I find to be interesting. Like over here, I'm seeing things look like they're prospering, and I'm seeing things feel like they are steadying, and that there is like a steady evolving that's happening as well, and transformation that's happening where it can allow things to continue, certain processes to end because it requires changing psychologically, evolving psychologically, that type of change, where there can be stuff that you're working with psychologically through recognizing patterns, the experiences that you're having. Because Wheel of Fortune is a type of energy that when it becomes amplified, it allows us to recognize the cycles, and within recognizing those cycles, it allows us to pinpoint things, and it allows us to change, and it allows us to adapt, and it allows us to make things better and to participate in that, where it doesn't feel like we're stuck in the same old dysfunctional cycles and situations. But because of this sort of asking you to get outside of your comfort zone and become more flexible, you can also feel too like this is something that is exhausting at times. There can just be a part of you that when change is involved, maybe you just have a bad taste in your mouth because of it. I want to see why though. Why would this be the feeling after Wheel of Fortune? Because Wheel of Fortune I see as being like generally a comforting energy, of feeling like supported and that things are moving along and that things are getting better. So why would Five of Pentacles be the feeling after? Rushing the process. I feel like not allowing something to fully materialize, judging it before you've really seen what's going on. Like judging things too soon before you allow the shift to fully take place, and then being like, something's gone terribly wrong. This just feels like anxiety. Because you can have changes happening and feel like you're in a position where you may not see a feasible way out of it. I get this feeling of things actually shifting and it's going to be for the better, but initially when stuff starts breaking down, you can look at that and be like, it's all going south. Like, feel like it's not a good thing, whatever it is that's happening. But what I'm actually seeing with the energy is that that's not the case. It feels like looking at something, judging it too quickly before you've actually seen the full shift happen. And then I think imagining something other than what's actually going on and it being where that's coming from. Because I'm definitely seeing changes that are occurring, and you can absolutely feel impacted by that, and there can be a part of you that doubts when that's happening, like something has gone wrong, but I'm actually not seeing that be the case by any means. It can be a shift from what you were used to, but I'm seeing that when this shift is completed, that you're going to be better off than when you started. And that this is actually meant to help you slow down at times. And this is also meant to help you, I think, in a very serious way, to ground and to steady your energy. Because I'm seeing something within your energy that you're now getting a chance to connect with. And it's about making that connection with yourself. This can be connecting with yourself. It can be connecting with your heart, connecting with your creativity, connecting with your intuition, connecting with yourself emotionally, internally, and relaxing into that. So whatever's going on in the environment is meant to support this at this time. For some of you too, I wonder as well if you were involved in something and feeling like it was like maybe actually working pretty well. Like it was something that felt like a stable thing within your life that you may have been like, this is good, I don't want anything to happen to it. But then having the death card, it feels like something going on that may for some of you be like outside of your control. Wheel of Fortune and death can be that, like, it's just time cosmically for this to be happening. Buckle up, this is what's going to be taking place. But then the part of you that is Four of Swords, that's like, no, I don't want this to be happening, and like really resisting going with the flow of energy, then is spending time trying to swim upstream, then feeling exhausted, and then feeling very doubtful about what's going to be happening next. And I think also too, like, not wanting to prepare for the next steps either. When actually, at the end of the day, what I'm seeing is that you really are moving to a place where things do get better. That's what's going on within the energy. I think, like, maybe practicing affirmations that allow you to have more faith in this process that's taking place can be helpful. I do feel for some of you, like, why this can feel startling is because you may have felt like something was good and then it started changing and then been like, I don't want this to be happening. Nothing is going to be better than this, or this works fine, this change is unnecessary, but it just needs to happen, and that you're going to end up being better off. Just need to be patient with the process as it's unfolding and not be under the impression that this is like something going wrong, because that's not at all what's going on here. I feel too like it's challenging you in ways that feel uncomfortable to be challenged. It's definitely something that increases your willingness and increases your flexibility. I'm seeing you also be looked out for, like, those of you that you're going through something where you have things that you're worried about that you see as being like real life issues, like things within 3D that you're worried about. I'm seeing you being looked after, so you really don't need to be concerned about that. Like, you'll find that things keep working out, so you're not left out to dry, hanging out to dry. that's definitely not what's happening. So even though you can be like, this is feeling uncomfortable right now, like something's going on right now, things are not the way that they were before, and again, like, have things gone terribly wrong, I'm seeing you being looked out for. So no matter what situation you find yourself in, I'm seeing you be all right regardless of where the circumstances go, and that this is just the necessary period right now, and that things are going to get better. I feel too like they're going to be even better than they were initially, and you were good with the way that things were initially, and this is going to be even better than that. And that this change really was necessary in order for this cycle to be kicked into place. But it's not going to feel like this in a way that you don't want it to. It's not going to stay feeling like that. These are just the things that have to change for stuff to get better. Yeah, I get something that you've put a lot of your energy into, and saying like, I don't have any plans. I don't have any plan to get rid of this. Continuing to contribute, and then being like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if this is, I don't know where this is going, is the feeling that I get from this. I don't know if this is gonna work. And that's really when that doubt can set in, when you start worrying about things. And worrying because it feels different. For some of you too, maybe something has decreased as well. Going from 6 of Pentacles to 5 of Pentacles is like, I'm here, I'm showing up. But then 5 of Pentacles can feel like just barely scraping by. But what I'm seeing happening is that something is harmonizing. And I think too that when you check in, what you'll see is that you've been able to make it. Like, there hasn't been a time where you actually didn't have what you needed. And if you sort of check in with that part of yourself, you're going to see that to be true here. I get the feeling too that things can feel like they're changing on a dime a bit. It's allowing things to become more expansive though, and I think it's like forcing you to take action at times as well, when that's something that you do have control over. Other than that, just riding this wave. And I also too see that because of all of these big shifts that are going on, you're meant to be taking time, taking care of yourself. Because of ending with the energy of the 4 of Swords, this is about doing what you need to when you're going through a time that it's a lot to exert your energy, sort of charging that back. So you're not feeling like all of your energy is gone and then you don't have anything left. This is also too about recharging as well. Seeing something here look very, very promising too. I do see things are going to get better from this point forward. It looks as well like there's a cycle that's closing out now for you, which is going to mean too that there's a cycle that's beginning as well. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.